السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد. Welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Muhammad Mustafa Mahmoud. I am the Academic Director for the Global Performance Management Academy. The Academy have announced a few weeks ago for a competition for the best case study documentation in the area of design thinking. And today we are meeting in order to see together the presentations of the top finalists. The moderator of this session is Dr. Isabel, and she is a senior consultant in innovation and strategy and entrepreneurial personality development. In fact, there is a short bio on the next slide. Let me read from the bio. Mrs. Cruz Nachar, I hope I have pronounced it
Yes,
right.
very good.
Uh, she is a successful innovation consultant for companies and educational institutions. She offers worldwide customized consultancy and programs in the area of innovation, entrepreneurial personality, and intercultural management, and helps companies to implement sustainable innovations from within. Her current focus is on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. She is and has been teaching in the above mentioned area in Germany, EBS University, Westhaft, Westhaft,
I'm sorry.
Anderlecht, India, Christ University, Italy, Lewis Business School, Saudi Arabia, Dar al Hikmah University, and Switzerland, University of St. Gallen. In fact, we have a long history, the academy with Dr. Isabel. She has taught a whole batch a couple of years ago in the area of design thinking, and it was one of the most successful programs. I will, I would like to thank her very much for accepting to moderate this session for us. And I look forward to meet you at the end of this session after 1 hour from now. So I will leave the floor totally for her. Please, thanks, Mr. Isabel, and the floor is yours.
Okay, everyone. So shall I share from my side?
Yes.
Yes, I hope maybe there are some people that
Right.
know me from the last webinar. So today it's not about what is design thinking. Later we have a surprise, but now it's really about the three finalists for the scholarship. So we have here Mahrain Shaid, Ataur Rehman, and Ahmed El Sayed. And I think they might share now from their side. Please, can you start, Mahrain Shaid?
Okay. I have a very short bio that, we
Yes,
can
sorry.
read for each one of them. Let me
Mm-hmm.
just share it from my side. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So you can go ahead and introduce the first one.
Okay, so do we have this from? Okay, then we change. It is Mr. Atta. So we have the technology and a seasoned technology leader and an entrepreneur from Pakistan. Very interesting. And he brings over 20 years of experience in software development, business strategy, and innovation. So we have a real expert here. And he is a co-founder, a real entrepreneur of Quaid Technologies Limited, a leading IT company, and Tracomed RCM Solutions in the USA, a medical billing and revenue cycle management firm. So thank you very much for your presentations, and please share.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Isabel. Thank you very much, Dr. CM, for giving me the opportunity to present my presentation today. So, should I start and share my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let me know when you can see my screen.
Not yet. We can see your camera, but not the presentation.
Okay, I have. Okay, let me know if you can
Yes,
share
yes,
see my
yes.
screen
Now we can see.
Perfect. Yes.
Okay, I have shared my full screen now, and I will start my presentation now. I will quickly go through it for my 10 minutes. So, regarding the design thinking, I'm going to tell what is assigned to me, and it was just to tell you about the design thinking with one case study. So I've just chosen the Airbnb as my main case study. So I'm going to in this presentation I'm going to tell you regarding the Airbnb business and how they use design thinking and how they transform their listings and their business from this approach of design thinking. So
I'm
and
sorry for
in
interrupting you, Atta, just for 1 second. I just would like
this
to welcome all the
yes.
participants and just let them know at the end of the 3 presentations, we will invite you to vote for the winner. So please just take notes or, keep in your memory that, after the 3 presentations, you will be invited to vote. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Mr. Atta. Please carry on.
No, thank you, Dr. CM. So I am going to tell my story, and I am going to tell this as this and make this presentation from the story point of view, so everybody should understand by just going to the story that what is the design thinking is. And in this presentation, other than this, the main case study of the Airbnb, I am also telling the people that how I personally saved using this approach of design thinking that is implemented by Airbnb, and I saved just $1,000, and it's not far away. In just 45 days ago, I saved this amount. And I would tell that how Airbnb gained the trust and make this revolution using this technique. So I'm very quickly going on. And at the end of this, I want to make this loop going on that you and GPMA and initiated, that you have just just for the sake of education, just making this whole contest. So I am going to further loop it out for further, so participants can further use this process and on and on. So from here, my presentation is going to be started. That what is design thinking. So to all the audience, the design thinking is actually a problem solving approach, and it is revolves around the users. It understands the user's problems, and it is all the user centric approach. So first of all, whenever you design thinking came in your mind, you should see that from this angle, that you have to solve some problem, and you have to solve this problem from the user perspective. Then you have to make some creative innovative solution out of the problem that you have identified, and just get it implemented to make this is very simple. So how design thinking works, here are the main 5 phases that we have to go through one by one to understand that what is design thinking. So design thinking start with 5 phases. The first phase is empathize with the customer. The second phase is define the problem. The third phase is to make a solution, and then the prototype the solution, and then test the solution. These are the 5 phases that again and again going to in this presentation in my next 5 minutes. So let me go through all these phases one by one. As we told that it is user-centric approach of the design thinking, so it evolves around the users. So whenever we would move further in this presentation, you would see again and again the users are coming. And in this approach, in the final phases, there is very important phases of its prototyping and testing. Again, I would explain this in detail in the coming slides. And then the final stage is to test the things, and I'm going to again explain this in the detail later on. So here is my real world example of the Airbnb. This is the company that has, that the secret of nowadays this company is earning $100 billion company. It is not earning. Its total worth is $100 billion. So it just started with camera and couch, and in today's the world, he's earning the best company in the world in as far as the accommodations are concerned. So design thinking in action. So in 2008, this company was very weak. It was just earning 200 per week, and it was facing many problems. And it was just turned its failure into success using this design thinking approach. So let's see how they do it. So Airbnb solved their problems using design thinking approach. Remember that in initial slide I told you that there are total 5 phases of the design thinking. The first phase is empathize with the customer. The second phase is define the problem. So let's start that what is mean by empathizing with the customer and what is mean by defining the problem. First 2 phases. So the as I told you that this is the company that started in 2008, and they were just earning $200 per day, per week, and $800 per month, and they were failing. So they identified that why they are getting failed again and again in this process. So they applied this approach of design thinking. First of all, they identify their problem by empathizing with the customer. So users are the main goal to be satisfied. So they packed their bag and they flew to the New York City where their most listings were. If any people don't know regarding the Airbnb, then let me tell you that this is the alternative to a hotel. They provide a very good accommodation services to the customers, and just I mean that anybody can rent their room, their house room via this company. So they started meeting with the guests from this point of view that what is the problem. So they grabbed the concern from the guest. The guests were very much concerned that is my I mean that when I am booking, is it safe for me to make a booking, and what if my listing is getting fake, if somebody posted and it is not verified. So this is the first problem they identified. And on the other hand, the host that was just renting out their property, they were very concerned that their property can be get damaged. There was a trust deficit that guests can make anything happen to them. So they were very concerned host. So after meeting with host and guest, they identify the problem, they define the problem, the second phase, that host might be not sure about their property, that is it safe or not, and guests are feeling insecure about their booking. And the third thing they identified that when they met the host and they saw that the photography that their host made about their rooms, and it was very pathetic type of photography that their host was using in that area. So they identified these three problems, and they then implemented the solution. They defined the problem. That main problem is with guest and host. There are three problems identified, so they start thinking to make a solution around these problems. So for host, they just verified their user profiles via many passport ID verification, via many verification. They verified their listings, and for guests they just secured their payments, that holding the payment until the check-in has been made. So they used a secure method of payment, and just the escrow account, they made an escrow account for this solution. And third, they generated, I mean, that host and guest review system. Whenever their host and guests are checking out and checking in and checking out, they leave a review review to each other, and that secured that people are getting feedbacks system from the real world. So they made this solution. And lastly, the photography. They told them that how to make up. They hired a professional photographer for their initial listings. So for their initial listings, they went to their, I mean, that to the room and said that this is the way you have to make a standard photography if you want to sell your things. So the four areas they identified, and they just implemented that solution, and they just made a prototype of it. That the prototype is mean that you don't need to wait for the idea that it should be implemented in all go. You have to implement the small idea, and you have to go to market to test that idea. Once your ideas get tested, you are early in the market and you can quickly implement your prototype. So they quickly went to market, and they one by one, they didn't wait, they one by one verified the photos and just get it implemented. So once they have just implemented first step, their 40% booking increased. And then they made a review system, then they said that they made a live factor. has been achieved. So this place revenue was in 2012 200 million, and now it's 3 billion. 420 plus countries. There four they have now 4 million hosts at this time. They have also won the award of innovation in 2011. And the last thing that they made, that they disrupt the travel. They redesigned the human connection. This is what I'm going to tell you next. That what that means, that what how they redesign the human connection. So I'm going to tell you regarding all these things using my personal city Baku, and I use this whole approach. I realized that how this approach is going to work. So this is a personal case study. I got an invitation that my name is selected to go as a business delegate for Azerbaijan alongside the Prime Minister, and I and the government also shared a hotel list with me, that out of these hotels you can book any room. All the hotel cost was coming for $100 to $200 per night, and that was too expensive. I told them that if I book by my own way, then is it allowed? They said that yes, it is allowed. So I just used the Airbnb and I booked the hotel. So we all delegates met there, and every delegate have just a single room, and I have the complete apartment with me, with complimentary breakfast and unlimited tea. And then I mean that I have the kitchen facility, I have the fridge facility, I have the auto machine facility, I have the complete apartment. And it was just next to the main menu where we're going to meet. And what I tell you, that how design thinking changed it. I mean that how they rethink the meetup. I met the host very first day, and in the hotel we didn't have that facility. My host was very welcoming. He just on my very first day he became my friend. He just toured through me the whole of the traditional Azerbaijani restaurants nearby, and we just have the dinner at the very first day. And more than this, I have a friend in the foreign city. I gained a local connection where my other guests didn't have that achieved that thing via their hotel booking, and I got all these facilities. And these are all the real pictures. And lastly, I mean that I saved this $100 by I just booked in the 30 hotel booking, compared to 120 hotel. Then meals, I have the free unlimited coffee, drinks. Transportation cost, I saved. All the other guests was 3 to 4 kilometer away from the main menu, and they have to travel on daily basis. Where I was just sitting next to the main hotel, and all these things gave me $100 saving in just 7 days. And this is
Great.
because they implemented their business using this design thinking approach, and
Mhm.
today its results are there.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. We run a
Okay.
little bit out of time. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, the key
Yeah.
takeaways.
A key takeaway is just in the last slide, that empathy, building a
Mhm.
trust, iterative solution, and social proofreading. And then just I thank you
Yes.
to you guys for implementing this, to giving this, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much. It was a very lovely presentation from the layout, but I think that's your job, right? The comic designer. It's very nice.
No, I have from A to
Okay.
Z. I have all these made it myself because I am my designer
Mhm.
myself as well.
Very nice. Yes. Yes,
Thank you.
Airbnb is also it's a very known example for design thinking. Let's see if there are any questions. So the host was worried about damage, still fuzzy on how Airbnb handles the damages. What did they suggest? I think it's because of they have the profiling, right? And like they have the insurance on Airbnb, you can be sure that you will be covered.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You are right, Dr. Isabel. They
Mm-hmm.
have this insurance policy as well. They have later on introduced that as well. So it is evolving thing that they learned, and they implement all these things one by one.
Yes. Then there is another question. Does this case show strong design thinking? I think they say this case only agility rather than design thinking. I could answer that question too. It is a strong design thinking approach, but you might ask, do it as well, please, Atta.
Yeah, I think that the design thinking that is approach that can be implemented to any sort of the business, any sort of the product, and this is the way that they have used these 5 stages. So this is very strong contender of the design thinking Airbnb, and I mean that any product can use it from now, from daily life, from our own daily life. We can implement all these things in our business, in our approach. We have to understand the concept, and they have understood the concept very well, and I mean that they implemented it very well. So,
Yes.
yes.
I think more than agility in implementing, it was that Airbnb, if you fail, you can just ideate and bring new solutions on the market, but they said stop and ask the users and the hosts, what is your problem? And that is the main, let's say, the customer centricity to go first in the need finding before you build a solution. So yes, it was a very nice example. Are there more questions? No, otherwise, let's go to the next one. I just have to remind you, we have about only like 12 minutes so that we close within that hour. Dr. 3M, what is the next participant? Let's see. Oh, yes, Mahreen. Okay, she's from Riyadh with expertise in risk and claims analysis for DIRIA projects, very interesting, and cost control, project financing, and budget forecasting for NEOM. She has a master in philosophy and development economics and is PMP certified, combining economic insight with project management skills. Very strong financial acumen with proven ability in financial analysis, reporting, and risk management, and research contributor in energy sustainability and economic development, blending theory with real-world impact. Technically skilled in econometrics and data visualization for data-driven decision-making, and proficient in D 365, SPSS, and advanced Excel, supporting efficient project and financial operations. So we see a very strong head in analytics and mathematics and design thinking, the creative part. So it makes it very interesting to see her presentation now from design thinking. Please, Marin.
Thank you so much, Dr. Isabel, and thank you so much, Mr. Mustafa. Let me share my presentation. Yeah, so design thinking drives product, or you can say that service success. What is exactly design thinking? Design thinking is a problem-solving approach, and we all know that they have 5 key stages: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. The process is actually a non-linear, meaning teams can go back and forth between stages as needed. It's widely used in business, technology, and innovation for a problem-solving and product development. Scope of design thinking. You can use it like for the product development, service design, business strategies, healthcare, technology, software, and education. What is exactly the effects of design thinking? Yeah, so customer-centric innovation, like ensure product or service meet real user needs. Enhance creativity, like encourage brainstorming and drives idea generation. Improved problem solving, increased market success, and cross-disciplinary collaboration. Why design thinking matters in the AI era? This is like a big question in my mind. So I think about it and write a slide over it. So exactly, design thinking bridges the gap between AI technical potential and real world usability. Ensure AI is not just a powerful, but also a practical, ethical, and human centered. How, let me explain how AI is human centered. Ensure AI enhance user experience and solve real problems. Focus on empathy to create user friendly AI solutions. Okay, if we give you an example of AI tool for a health tool, so doctor generally used AI app tools for measure the chronic diseases of the patients. So that basically it only bridges the gap between the human and the AI. So now the second thing is ethical and responsible AI. Basically, it's reduced the bias and promotes inclusivity in AI models, encourage transparency, fairness, and privacy. I have one example that Amazon basically introduced one AI tool in their HR policies where they just become, discriminate the genders. So they remove this AI because they generally discriminate the women's from their hiring process. So that's why due to just design thinking, it's become ethical and responsible AI. Now we have innovation and problem solving helps due to design thinking, it helps ideate creative AI applications beyond automations, encourage collaboration between tech and business teams. AI adoption and trust obviously enhance AI acceptance by prioritizing usability. Agile and iterative AI development encourage rapid prototyping and continuously improvement. Now we have a case study of Airbnb where one of our contestants already explained a lot about Airbnb. Now we have the case study of GE Healthcare where we have a challenge that children usually fear with MRI scan machines. The solution is the redesign MRI machines into adventure themes. So the results become 90% increase in a patient satisfactions. So that's is just due to the help of a design thinking. Now we have the case study of Netflix, where the challenge generally we all have to face a shift from DVD rentals to streaming. Solution is focused on convenience and personalized content. Result become a global streaming leader. And a very famous brand is Oral-B, where a solution is simplified functionality for user. Electric toothbrush, I'm considering this. Now we have the case study of Uber Eats, delivery issues in different cities. This is basically the most common challenge everyone have to face. So the result become improved efficiency and customer satisfaction by having the solution of optimized route and localized service. Since we have the case study of Apple iPhone revolution, where due to this all using techniques and design thinking approach, the results is redefine the smartphone experience, led to massive sales and global adoption, and created an ecosystem of apps and services. And in the last, we have the case study of IBM digital transformation, where the challenge is IBM faced a decline user satisfaction with its enterprise software solutions. So due to design thinking approach, they got the result of improved user satisfaction, software adoption, increased revenue, and customer retentions. Now I am using the applying design thinking in project cost control in my last previous job, where I will explain it how it is very beneficial and efficient for using a design thinking in especially in project cost control. Applying a design thinker. First of all, the first stage is empathize. Understand the stakeholder needs, like what is the need of exactly clients, vendors, and teams beyond numbers? What are their real pain points, right? The second stage is define. Clearly define the challenges. Like we usually face challenges such like cost runs, cost overruns, budget constraint, risk factors. Like we have to be, keep our all actual costs within the budget. This is the main, you can say that challenges in the cost control department. Ideate is brainstorming multiple strategies for cost optimization, risk mitigations, and value maximization as per the company's goals. And prototype is at the stage of prototype, test solutions on a small scales, like you can use pilot projects and simulations, predictivity models like Dynamics 365s, or you can say SAP, so to test the solutions. And iterative at the stage of iterative, continuously refined based on feedback and real-time project dynamics. All right, like why it is matter. because it matters due to the following reasons: reduce project risks and improve financial efficiency with innovative cost control strategies, and enhance stakeholder collaboration, which is very most important. By blending analytics rigor with creative problem solving, we can reshape project outcomes and financial strategies. See, here are applying design thinking in project claims and risk management. How we can apply design thinking, especially for in the project operation department. Like in the stage of empathize, understand stakeholder pain points, as I told you, unclear scope, delayed documentation. If we have an unclear scope, or we can't able to negotiate or can't able to communicate with the stakeholder, our clients, we have a big red flag. Then at the stage of define, pinpoint root causes. What exactly I just told you: communication gap, risk blind spots, and at the stage of ideate, create solutions. For example, smarter claim workflows, early risk flags. By co-create solutions such like that, we can have to face and make the planning before facing the risks. So prototype is test new tools, process, and dashboards, checklists, collaborative reviews. And in the last is test the pilot projects, and based on a real feedback. So outcome is exactly reduce conflict, increase foresight of the future, and drives collaborative user-centered solutions. So what is exactly the benefits of using the design thinking in this context? First of all, proactive rather than reactive approach to risks and claim. Before things get worse, you have to be proactive. Improves stakeholder alignment and communications. Encourages creative problem solving. Help design more intuitive and user-friendly tools. Create a culture of collaboration and transparency. Like you can create the culture of like involving the site engineers, planners, so that everyone can share their own thinking, their own problem-solving solutions, so we can have a better solution related to that. Last and the least, I'm also in the research side as well. So I also implement this design thinking in my research proposals. So first of all, usually students get offended at how we go find a PhD proposal, how we write a PhD proposals, or anything we want to research on a market, something like that. So at the stage of empathize, understand the user. At the stage of define, narrow down the problem, which is usually called problem statement in the research proposal. At the stage of ideate, explore possible solutions. Like what can be the solutions? Like if I have already done my research in energy consumption. So I bring out with the research related to energy policies, that how energy policies can be there in Pakistan to mitigate the risks of energy deficiencies, and how we can implement the projects of renewable energies in Pakistan. So, and the fourth stage is prototype, design experiments and models, like outline proposed methods, explain how the test hypothesis, include pilot test if applicable. And the last is test, validate, and refine. Plan for testing assumptions, refine approach based on feedback, and discuss limitation. So design thinking is not a linear. Be open to evolving your approach throughout the research. Now the end is conclusion and recommendation. So I will say that design thinking is a powerful tool that foster innovation, enhance user experience, drives business success. Companies should integrate design thinking into their process to remain competitive and meet evolving consumer demands. By following best practice from Airbnb, Apple, and IBM, organization can create groundbreaking products and service that truly resonate with users. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. That was very much info. I liked most your real cases. In the IBM, it was not very much focused what is the design thinking path. So again, I was answering in the chat. I don't know how it's working. I have one question or maybe discussions that I don't agree very much. AI for design thinking, not now. For the
Okay.
ideation part and prototyping, I think it's fantastic, but to have the one-to-one human interviews and the insights and the creative act, oh my God, this is the insight, this is the problem, might be
Okay.
difficult. If everybody is having the same question on the world, we're having the same pain points, then all the ideas will be the same, and it's really boring on that
Yeah.
model. So let's see what is there in the development. But so I see you're also already an advanced design thinker as you're applying it. So what did you expect from the course to learn? As it's
I
also an
don't
essentials course. The advanced one come later.
obviously I don't know, but I want to, you know, revive all my concepts again and again because it
Okay.
will help me out. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Are there more questions from the other people? Yes, I have marked, okay, the cases, but it was just an introduction that that design thinking was successful with those cases. Exactly. No, from my point, I don't have any more questions.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Maureen, thank you. Let's
you.
go to our health and pharmacy example. Fantastic, Mr. Ahmed. So he has 20 years of experience in management, HR, and organizational development across the Gulf and Egypt in sectors healthcare, education, government, and private business, so widespread. He has held senior roles, including senior managing consultant at Mile or Miele in KSA, GM at Cosmodern Clinics, and regional HR manager at AI Amin Medical, KSA in Bahrain. Contributed to national initiatives with the Saudi Ministry of Health and SFDA. Health sector is very important, focusing on workforce planning, competency models, and performance frameworks. And he is expert in strategic HR, change management, and organizational restructuring using diverse tools to drive transformation. By the way, design thinking is one tool to drive change. And has an MBA in strategic and HR management, a bachelor in pharmacy, certified by ISO, and is a lead auditor and Cambridge certified in business English. So very interesting. Thank you, Ahmed, for your presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Isabel, and thanks, Dr. 3M, for organizing this competition. I would like to thank Ata and Mehren for their nice presentations. Thanks our audience for today's forum for devoting their time to exchange thoughts and sharing experiences in design thinking application. Actually, this is an HR interventions, well-designed HR interventions, applying design thinking in a community pharmacy setup that leads to fantastic results. But first of all, I would like to put the context of the landscape. Actually, in today's globalized world, we have seen development efforts, even at a larger macro societal level or within business organization. It actually benefit a small segment, however, leaving many populations behind, feel that they are marginalized and excluded. This is a key challenge for any transformation programs. We have seen many transformation programs ultimately fail. Indeed, not due to the poor design, but actually due to the lack of genuine inclusion of the wider workforce in change. This growing disconnect have serious implications when it comes to the realizing visions and achieving change.
In this context, HR leadership must go beyond promises, glossy promises, and cliche slogans like diversity, equity, inclusion. They should commit themselves to design well-structured program that open doors for all to participate, engage, and grow. This case I'm going to present today, although it's modest and back 15 years ago, however, in many ways, it was pioneering. We could apply the design thinking methodology in community pharmacy setup to overcome the challenge of engaging the whole community pharmacies in the organization in the transformation program. I would like to put this exercise, this experiment in its wider, broader context, the healthcare changes, global healthcare changes. We have witnessed during the last few decades a tremendous change from illness to wellness. What does this mean? It means directing the efforts, the healthy efforts, not only to ill people, but to both ill and healthy individuals. In another word, to the whole community. So this dictated lots of strategies for allocating resources and the budget, putting prevention ahead from interventions, conditions management versus disease management, and it emphasizes the importance of public health and the well-being of the community. I could recall from my experiences in Saudi Arabia health transformation, the new model of care adapted by the kingdom, and I think in 2016, which is centered around the patient or recipient of care in the middle, then moving from down to top in different 6 layers, including activating persons, healthy communities, virtual care, primary care, ending with specialized and super specialized tertiary care. Another shift also is a direction toward value-based care. This is actually where success is measured by the outcomes and the delivered value, not the transaction. All these shifts call for healthcare professionals to be proactive in promoting health and well-being for the whole community. And pharmacists are no exception in this regard. So actually, to mimic these changes, community pharmacies can take part in different ways and mechanisms, but the most important is to move also from dispensing to care delivery, service delivery, not just selling medication. This is very important and include different services packages like, for example, conducting medication reviews, enhancing compliance for medications, supporting supporting the chronic disease management, and also contributing to health screening and early detection of diseases, take part in awareness campaigns, lifestyle promotion. Moreover, in my opinion, the community pharmacies also can participate in a national health initiatives. We seen in Saudi Arabia Wasfati program, which a program involved more than 5,000 pharmacies connected with primary healthcare centers and hospitals, offers e-dispensing, electronic dispensing, and drug validations. This is have a marvelous results and satisfaction by the community. I could see in the future also community pharmacies could play a role in offering primary care services. This is it will be a tremendous shift. Imagine that in our communities, hundred thousands of pharmacies, if acting as a primary care unit, at least serving a package of primary care services. This will ease burden on our healthcare system.
Correct.
So, as a reflection of these changes in our case, a group of pharmacies tried to adapt to these changes and going for a renowned vision, strategic vision. This vision centered on delivering high quality pharmaceutical care services, positioning pharmacies as key contributors to national objectives and improved patient outcomes. And we defined some pharmaceutical care services to be delivered at the first phase, which is ensuring the safe and effective medication, participate in rising public health awareness, lifestyle counseling and education, and providing specialized care programs, specifically for diabetes management and cardiovascular diseases like hypertension. What was the challenge? For many strategies, the failure comes during execution. Research has revealed that more than 70% of strategies failed when going to execution. So we afraid to risk the failure to executing this new shift in our role as a community pharmacy. So instead of going with the traditional approach that developing a policy in a document, a strategic vision, and the strategy document cascading it down the organization, this is actually will not ensure the engagement of pharmacists in this transformation. We noticed at the beginning that only 10% are showing demonstrate enthusiasm in this transformation. However, 90% of the total pharmacists were hesitant. So we define the problem in these questions. How can we convince more pharmacists to actively participate and link transformation with their aspirations and addressing the skill gaps in delivering community pharmaceutical care services? So we thought about applying the design thinking, which as our colleagues elaborated more about the design thinking methodology. It's iterative 5 steps, but the merit of this system is that it's centered about the people. It's centered about the recipient of the solution. Starting with empathize through a series of focus group and one-on-one interview, we could define the fears of pharmacists and what hindering them from engage in the transformation. Then we define exactly the problem. Then by multiple brainstorming, we can ideate, ending up with a dual career path methodology. Dual career path policy, it will open the door for the pharmacist to engage. Then we go for testing. We use agile approach for testing, receiving feedback and adapting the policy till reach a well-structured one. Simply, it's an HR intervention which incur dual career path methodology, managerial track, and technical path with clearly defined distinction, with clearly defined roles, both in clinical and managerial path. And we established the competencies related to each role in each career, then recommend the training programs, implement also well-structured performance management, and link the career progression with compensation and the benefits. This slide shows the competency modeling mapping with the technical path, starting from the pharmacist, trainee pharmacist till experienced one consultant pharmacist. We mapped also the competencies with the sophistication of the role with career progression, and we mapped with the global competency modeling and the standards of International Pharmaceutical Federation. In the technical career path, actually, this is include three different positions, starting with pharmacy deputy manager responsible for a shift, group pharmacy manager responsible for a pharmacy as a strategic business unit, and the group pharmacy manager. This is manage pharmacies in different locations. These are the set of competencies that enable pharmacy in a managerial path to take over his role in a professional way. For example, I just give an example how to
Yeah,
move
I think we
within.
need to come to an end, yes. But it's
Okay,
interesting, the
okay.
solution, but let's track on the design thinking application and then, okay, agile implementation.
Okay, this is agile actually used in implementation because every time we add a new services to the pharmaceutical care, we need to update the competency modeling and the training program as well. So the agile approach is very important when it comes to the execution because through loop feedback mechanism, you can adapt and retesting your solution. There is also enabler, strategic enablers, accrediting the continuous educational program for pharmacists, collaborating with some entities like World Bank Group and Industrial Modernization Center that could secure financing for some programs. Well-designed MBA program, many MBA program for the pharmacists in the career path. These are the list of enablers: the design thinking approach, agility, dual career path intervention, strategic partners, and training and certifications. The results were impressive in terms of the engagement, motivation, and satisfaction of pharmacists, and improve also the quality of services. So it was a win-win situation, not only for the pharmacists and the organization and the community as well. In a conclusion, what we conclude from this exercise actually, the most important is that well-designed HR interventions, keeping in mind engaging the whole folk of people, this is very important. Transparency, equality, and fairness should be implemented in a proper way, not just glossy promises or cliche. We emphasize on diversity, equity, and inclusion. However, the reality is something different. These are summary in Arabic, and thank you for your time, and I'm really open for your questions and thoughts as well. Thank you.
Very good. So from my side, the case is clear. It was very interesting and good that you have been inside. So actually, it's the same question I did maybe to Mehreen. What do you expect from being part of the Design Thinking Essentials program when you have done and worked with it already? What do you expect to learn more?
For any training programs, I'm expecting that it's a two-way interactions, sharing experiences. We are expecting sharing experimentation and taking theories to real practice. This is the most important. Let me say knowledge transfer, because it's easy to access the theories. However, sharing experiences in transforming knowledge to practice and reality, this is the most important issue.
Very good. And I have a question from Farhan. How do you ensure your solutions are not just effective, but also user-centered? I think this is how you explained everything. You did all the interviews, you did sessions with them, the focus groups, correct? And you are working agile. I think your whole approach is very user-centered. But maybe you have another answer.
If I got your question, this is how you make sure that the intervention is centered around people. Yes, we did a series of one-to-one interview, focus groups, involved people earlier in the design approach. This is ensure that you listen their voices, their emotions, their fears, their expectations, and this is very important in the design thinking approach, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Three very interesting
Mhm.
candidates here. So, Dr. 3M, how do we proceed?
Yes,
Thank you, Ahmed, Mehrain, and Atta.
in fact, I would like to join you in thanking all the three contestants. It's very clear that they have put tremendous effort and
Yes. Yes.
for their presentation. Not only the content was great, but the way they did the presentation is magnificent. By the way, we are broadcasting this live now in YouTube, and all the videos will be edited and added to our library. So later on, people can continue, have access to watch this.
Okay.
To give her feedback. Now, okay. Yeah, Ali, I think it's time now so before we do the voting, would like to tell everybody that everybody is a winner because, you did this work, all of you. And, but this is the process that we need to go through it. So, and there is a certificate of appreciation which will be given to all the three participants. GPMA will issue a certificate and we will send it to all of them just for putting the time and participating in this competition. Ali, how we will do this, Ali?
Okay, doctor, now I will launch like a voting poll. So I will launch it right now, and every participant for the audience can vote for the best
Do you like to share a
presentation.
screen? Do you like to share your screen as well?
No, now I have launched it.
Oh, okay. So how can we vote?
Host and panelists can't vote.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to
So is
vote
it
as well,
popping
yeah,
up?
Ali.
Yeah, hopefully it's popping up with everyone.
Ali, how can I vote, ya, Ali?
okay, now it's like you, all
Is
the
it in the
participants.
Q&A?
Yeah, yes, now there's some people have already,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Ya, Ali, how can I vote, ya, Ali?
We
Uh,
we cannot, I think.
it's yes, it's just for the attendances.
I see. This is not fair, Isabel, isn't it?
Uh, for example, I can share my screen.
Yeah, we can see the results of the voting. Yes. So how many now? How many people?
I will share my
17.
screen.
Okay. So we are still waiting. There is 39 people attending, participants.
Maybe around 30 can vote, right? We cannot vote.
No, attendees are 33, panelists are 7.
19,
Okay, good, good, good.
19 of 33 now have been voted.
I can show in the meantime an offer we agreed just today with GPMA and me.
Yeah. Can we just now wait, Isabel? Just
No,
for half
okay.
a
If it's
minute?
ending, then it's fine. I just wanted to bridge
Right.
the
Yeah.
timing. That's fine.
Right. So there is 20 people. We'll just give them another 1 minute to see. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. So I think this will be the conclusion of this. Congratulations to everybody and congratulations to Mr. Atta. He received 13 votes out of 20, followed by Mr. Ahmed, 5 votes out of 20, and Mrs. Mahreen, 2 votes out of 20. These numbers really does not, يعني, what really matters is that the effort and the guts that you have to contribute to this competition. We are very happy that all of you spend their time and effort. And 3 of you will receive, special certificates of appreciation for participation. And Mr. Ata will have free access to attend the Isabel course. and Mr. Mahreen and Mr. Ahmed will have significant discount. I will discuss it with Mrs. Isabel later, but they will have significant discount for just being in the competition. And before we conclude, Isabel, just have a quick announcement, which I think is very interesting for everybody.
Oh, yes. So if you give me only 2 minutes. So actually we had the idea, and I think I can skip this. We all know what is design thinking. Let me just see that I'm skipping those slides. Okay, because so we have seen also here examples. I'm not sharing,
no.
I guess.
Share. You need to share.
Yes, how is it going? Here it is. Okay.
Right.
So we concluded even in the webinar, so design thinking can be used for several purposes. We saw also here. And we start here with the essentials, so we are all on the same page. And then it will be deep dives into other things. And one of those other methods was design your life. Now, here comes the point. Actually, since 2 weeks, I concluded to bring the Design Your Life manual. So for now, I'm doing it since 4 years in live sessions for companies, but mainly also for universities. Now I want to bring it not only me in seminars one-to-one, but as a digital solution to distribute amongst Saudi Arabia and the MENA countries. So design your life is if you want to reorient yourself, if you want to find your place inside within the company or a new job that completely matches your passions, or to understand deeply what is inside you. So it is for orientation. And we all know design thinking, and design your life is the same thing. We apply the innovation method and always the same steps of design thinking on yourself. So the customer centricity here, it's about you and only you. And I'm guiding you step by step also there with different exercises to very deep dive and discovering your own passions, strengths, and interests. Because life coaching mainly starts, so what do you want to do in life? What do you want to change? But I don't know. So design thinking starts with taking you from, I don't know, I need to change something step by step until you can really concretize. So this is my passion statements. This is what makes me happy. And then we ideate, this is a group session, the only one. We ideate on some life concepts. And then also the same with some exercises, also their interviews and so forth, and go into your final solution plan up to a milestone plan. What is the next thing I need to do tomorrow to do my new life, personal or career professional life? So you see also here, I'll jump back maybe. So we have the need finding, the deep understanding of yourself, and from all the feedback from the last 4 years, this has the main impact because we never stop from working, from having our home life, our family life and stuff, to stop and be guided into deep self-reflection and to concretize, this is what makes me happy. And then, of course, we have the solution finding part, the same thing, very iterative through some exercises and testing interviews for the live part. And so we do the whole design thinking process. Under each step, we are doing some exercises. It's shorter than the whole program. So instead of about 12 hours, it might be 9 hours, maybe reducible to 8 hours. So normally this is what I have and what we would do in that course. I have a manual, which is very much iterated through the last years. Actually, the first thing of passion mapping I did 12 years ago, but this really physical handbook or in our digital handbook is there now. And I want to take this as an application. So the offer that we are doing here, okay, is that we are giving it to a very, very reduced price. But in return, you give me your valuable time. So we end the course and then you pay me, let's say, the gap of the price in being there for really feedback session. What do you think what of the methods can be done in the Arab world. Instead, I'm only Europe-based with this. And what is nice to be done. Maybe even you come into prototyping with me for a digital solution. So that is our offer. So we have it instead of $400 because it's about 8 hours, 9 hours. 9 hours, I think, we would have it for $200. Are there any questions? That was a very short introduction, but it's for feedback. It's a very amazing experience. What personality type are you? Yeah, it's very funny also. Not funny, but because you're doing real interviews with family and friends. What do you think is my strength? What do you think is my passion? What makes me happy? What do you think I'm doing? What is absolutely not me? It's very interesting normally to do something for yourself.
Thank you very much, Isabel. In fact, I am very happy to hear what you have been saying, because I always say that we spend lots of time developing strategic plans and learning project management to manage our business, but we fail to apply all of these 9 concepts to ourselves. So I'm very glad that you have developed this course, and if we cannot do it to ourselves, so we cannot do it to our organization. And we are the human capital that runs all of this organization. And please count me as one of your students. This is very interesting program. I really look forward for it.
Yes, it's very nice because you can apply it several times on situations of your life. One
Right.
time for a job, one time for a personal issue, one time for complete change. Yes.
Great. So in concluding, I just would like to share something as well. There is a quiz that we have developed about knowledge in design thinking. Many people has taken the quiz so far. The quiz has 25 questions. It's a free quiz. So I was very happy to see that 8 people achieved 25 out, solved 24 or 25 out of 25. So this looks somewhat like a normal distribution. If you like to take this test, we will put the link in the chat. Yeah, Ali, put the link in the chat, or you can just take a shot, with your camera, the scan the barcode.
Okay, doctor, I will put it in the chat.
Okay. The other thing that we have a design thinking WhatsApp group, and Dr. Isabel is a member of this group. We thank her very much, and she always share information, and she will be very happy to answer question or follow up in any projects. So please join the WhatsApp group in design thinking if you have not done this so far. This all what I have for you, and I would like to thank again Isabel for being with us, and I would like to thank all the 3 contestants, Ata and Mahreen and Mr. Ahmed. You did a fantastic job, all of you, and we will add your videos to our library, and we look forward for your continuing participation in our program. We are in different parts of the world. I am in Indonesia. It's almost 2 a.m. now, and Isabel, you are in Germany, I think, isn't it? Or Italy?
I'm in Rome now, in Italy.
Rome.
So it's, yes, 8:30. Yeah.
8:30. Very good. Thank you very much, everybody,
Thank
for
you.
being with us. Okay, good night, everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Goodbye.